Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Today, I believe... Going back to the underground parking lot? No, we gotta... go to the police station, right? Yeah, right? Because that weird... Okay, that's rude. I was gonna say because of that weird police officer. What was his name? Mekans? Oh, it was a new part of the police station, actually. Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. Taxis are expensive. You probably should just get your own car. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Well, also the time that you were in detention, right? Hold on, what's that? Surprisingly, yeah, horrifying. Disturbing, why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. It's Gumshoe, $10. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Knew it. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey! I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Alright, sure you are, buddy. The case. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. Who's that? Is that the victim? Wasn't the victim... Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. It's exactly him. She says she summoned a detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no. Just come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is that little girl so peeved at me? She's the relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically? Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just that a sensitive issue with us these days. I bet. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. Just dancing with that Blue Badger. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Oh, you lost your job? Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into the criminal affairs now. Oh, okay, so it's like a case thing? The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? Yeah. Actually, it's extremely odd. So anyways, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself has directed this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Mostly because he's a lunatic. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. The patrolman in charge of the crime scene is unheard of, pal. Alright, well, you want to look at, like, my badge? Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge, enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait, speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? Oh, do you want me to show this to him? Well, one second. How about this knife? I found him, Mr. What the hell was that ticket stub? That threw me off real bad. Found him Mr. Edwards' car, stabbed with Edwards' knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We're gonna find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Trophy? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Awards that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I'm surprised they let you in. I got an award for diligence myself! That's hard to believe. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Bargain stub? Yeah, okay. I guess we're just doing a 2-for-1 special there. I should examine before I show them this ID card, which seems to be what they want me to do. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? That's my masterpiece. Oh, you made it? It explains a lot. That is weird looking. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some design, and I just did my thing, pal. Oh, nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger faded the dance until he drops. Oh, okay. I guess that's evidence now. It does have a handprint on its face, like it was slapped. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. Dots? She has a point. Does she? I mean, I've seen wanted posters and mugshots and shit like that hanging in, like, you know, stores, but they looked human. I can't say I ever identified a criminal on the run from a wanted poster. But they looked human in the posters, sure. Then again, to be honest, there's not that many wanted posters around anymore. And that actually just made me realize, back in the day, there would be like, you go into like a store, and in the entrance there would be like a bulletin board with like lost kids, lost even adults, and then like wanted, but it's not like these are bad guy wanted posters. It was kind of, but they didn't come out and say like, look, these people are bad. It was like wanted by the police and suspects and stuff like that. It would just be a picture of like people that are running. Sometimes it wasn't criminal stuff, but the police needed to find them anyways. But most of the time it was because they did something stupid. And like rob the place. So yeah, I don't see it that often anymore. At least I don't see it that often anymore. I guess it's more convenient just to do it online, more widespread. I always get excited when I come to the police station. You would be the only person. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped to a movie. Huh. You know, with all the police and criminals? Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Dots? Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. They're probably talking about the weather. Detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, are the police trauma in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, the patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. Dots? I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. And they make a good pair of idiots. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea why. Well, I think they were designed after a panda. I believe that's incorrect. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. A game theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? guess she doesn't want to answer that. The banner there is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if will be selling fingerprint sets. I thought you just asked if they're going to be selling fingerprints. I'm like, that's illegal, I think. I don't think it's that kind of a campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? A normal one? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Anything else? Also, now that you mentioned the black and blue police cars, they seem to be, like, getting rid of the black and blue cars, right? I know the ones around here are mostly black. Not black and blue, like black and white police cars. The ones around here are black with, like, some blue and white on them, but it's not like this anymore. I know the state police ones are gray. In fact, the only ones that I noticed that are actually black and white are, like, the animal control ones around here. And that just makes me sad because of the whole animal control shit. But, yeah. Huh. Anyways, Gumshoe. Look at this. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal! This is a detective ID badge! You can't just keep that! You have to turn it into the police! It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time! I mean, Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Is he related to John Goodman? Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in the criminal affair? Whoa! Now I remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Was he a good man? Huh, don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID be laying on the ground where we found it? You mean where he was murdered? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was evidence transferable for a case he handled 2 years. I thought that said it handled 200 years ago. 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. She looks way too happy writing that down. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky caught him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Edgeworth's trouble? He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it started with the murder of that case attorney Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. You're welcome. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there's always whispers and rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. I mean, look. He probably has forged evidence before. As long as he doesn't do it again, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. You probably put away some innocent people, you asshole, but at the same time, you can turn over a new leaf. You should probably actually turn yourself in to the police, but you know, we'll just go out on a limb here and say that everyone's forgiven him, maybe. Well, maybe not, if someone's trying to frame him a murder again. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always been unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people be suspicious. I had no idea he was under that gun. Anyway, the latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? I mean, maybe. But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? I meant the guy who is. What's his name? The guy in the parking lot. Oh, that'd be Professor, yeah. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? Or just like an idiot? No, Jack Marshall's just a regular officer. From L.A. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. What's crossed out on there, though, dog? I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. I mean, that's generally what I do everywhere. Check. Okay. Can't examine it. Check. Hey, look here! It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe? Let's see, annual bonus $20? I think a couple zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. That's awful! Dots, maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Yeah. That's really messed up, actually. I mean, yeah, he might not be good at his job, but, like, he actually seems fine at his job for the most part. A little too gung-ho and energetic, but at least he's not a goddamn Wild West aficionado. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, it looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. Oh. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. That's probably the marshal. Oh, still here. Oh, hello! Why is the surprised look? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange man to put in charge of a crime scene, or to give a badge, or to give a gun, or to let out of the insane asylum. The victim. There's something I want to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who would have lost their dream. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep! Well, should we show this hopeless case something that catches interest? There's something I wanted to ask you! The scene of the crime, a cold grave. Okay, so just... Okay, so we just gotta show it? Alright, fine. Present! Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right to the spittoon. That's rude. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Oh, that old cow dog? He holding a birthday party or something. Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he is a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say we actually both go for different careers. I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Probably should have kept that. The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the deal. I think he means the witness, Mrs. Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Death due to blood loss, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half at 4 p.m. What? Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So 5:30. Why would you word it like that? So I'm assuming he... okay, so... She was spotted stabbing him at what? 5:15? That makes no sense. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to the parking lot. So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Yeah. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You called me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. I'm pretty sure they don't do that in this day and age, but sure. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of the crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by the order of the police chief. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe's kicked out of the investigation. My badge? I see your badge. Looks pretty rounded. Our badge is a star, a lone star, shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light, illuminating evildoers who come into the dark of the night. I'm pretty sure that's not an official badge for a patrolman. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. ID? What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is the Detective Gumshoe's ID card, strangely enough. We found it at a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance? In this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Yeah, you should rip up all your notes. Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, remind me never visit Texas. That's a good advice, I guess. A toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Huh, let me guess. Did it have a K for King of the Texas on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. 5:12 p.m. The prosecutor's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow like. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prosecutor was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Okay, you don't have anything to say about that. Okay, nothing to say about that. We should check out the autopsy report, yeah? Name of the deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36 male. Date and time of birth, death, February 21st between 4 and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Okay. Okay, so... I'm thinking, is there any way... I guess not. I thought she said at 5:12. So, okay. Lana Sky admits to it for some reason, so that should be interesting to hear. But Cowboy Bebop here, he hates Edgeworth, and Angel Star seems to hate prosecutors in general. So something's going on there. So we're going to slide over here, and then we're going to examine this crime scene next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like and below. If you're not subscribed yet, one of my videos, I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.